So, did you like that? How many of you have tried our popcorn and French fries? Just last week, we turned 26 years old because Taters started 26 years ago in 1994 at the old Greenbelt Mall. That's the picture of our very first kiosk, just 8 square meters, where we are selling only 3 snack products: popcorn, peanuts, and French fries. We started with 5 people, and as we went along, we learned along the way, we developed our products, our processes, expanded to many locations, and now we have around 60 stores around Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, the major provinces, and we have full stores and kiosks all over the country. Thank you very much if you have been patronizing our branches, and I hope that you have tried and have been satisfied with our products. Now, today I was told to talk to you because you want to know what it takes to be successful. Success is not really, it's dependent on what you want as success. Whatever you take in school, you can be successful depending on how you want to define success. But I'm sure a lot of you here are wondering, what should you take? What will you be after college? So I want to share with you my experiences of success. And a lot of you probably here might want to ask, can I be an entrepreneur? Just like myself. I never knew when I was in university that I will be an entrepreneur and I will have Taters. But what did I learn? I learned all the basic foundation that I need to be able to to have the foundation of being able to have a career. So whether you are taking business management or about to take business management, those courses that you will take will help you along the way. So today I'm going to speak to you about entrepreneurship, but my topic is entitled, you know what this is, right? This is our deadly virus now. This is COVID-19. The title of my presentation is COVID-19. It's not about the virus, but it's about the choice of your occupation that will have to start with your vision, your interests, and your determination. Let's start with your vision. What do you want to be? Where do you want to go? That is very critical. You may not know exactly what business you want to have, but you should have a direction. You should have goals. That is very critical, no matter what course you take, no matter what career path you take. Let's go with the second I, your interest. What are you interested in? What are the things that make you excited and happy? You can't be doing something that will bore you or will make you unhappy. It has to be in line with how you want what you want to do every day, the things that interest you, and of course, determination. Career, in any career, it's hard work. Once you have a goal, you have to be able to be determined and you have to work hard to reach your goals. Those are very critical to all of you students in school, to everyone who wants to indulge in a business. It is not going to be an easy task to be able to set up a successful one. So let me now share with you the 19 prescriptions that I'm giving you today for business success according to the Taters story. Number 1, start by selecting the best opportunity for you now. Every business starts with an idea. This idea is something that you see in your environment as an opportunity for business. Some people will tell you, why don't you do this? Why don't you put up a milk tea shop? Why don't you sell plants? The best opportunity is not exactly what people tell you, because it has to be the best opportunity for you and also for the times now. How do you know if it is the best opportunity? Number 2, you do a reality check, meaning you look at your environment, you look at your competitors of what you're thinking of to do. You observe your consumers, you observe your market, you observe whether they like to, what they want to eat, what they want to wear, what they want to do. You observe the environment around you. Ask people, do a little research. This research is something you will also learn in business management. This is something you will learn in marketing when you do a market research. So it is important that what we dream about to do is something that we can also research on. Number 3, timing. We need to set up something at the right timing. The graph you see in front of you is the product life cycle. It starts with incubation and ends with a decline of a product or service. If you enter a business in its maturity stage, chances are you will no longer be that successful because the market has been saturated or almost saturated. This is a good example, perhaps, would be laundry shops. It started and the industry has grown, but now in every corner of every street, you would see laundry shops all over. So if you put up another laundry shop, chances are your business will not succeed. Number 4, location, location, location. That's what everybody says. You've got to have a right location where people, where the traffic is high, where people will see you, where you don't have too many competitors selling the same thing. One of the things that you have to really evaluate is the space where you are going to put up a business, because you are being charged rent, security deposits, and if it's the wrong location, that's going to be a big investment. Number 5, develop your competitive advantage. What is your competitive advantage? What makes you unique? What makes you different? You can't just be the same as your competitor. You have to have a selling factor. Is it size? Is it taste? Is it price? Is it your service? Whatever it may be, you have to think of your competitive advantage and not just copy your competitors. Always be different to be able to sell to your market. Number 6, the lifeblood of the business, your customers. Just like the little commercial I showed you earlier, our goal in any business or any is to be able to delight the customer. Listen to their wants, listen to their needs, ask, survey them, talk to them. The only way you can delight your customer is to be able to know their wants and needs. Number 7, continuous improvement. From the time we started Taters, where we were popping popcorn, frying French fries, there is always a problem every day. That's not really the issue. But if you continuously try and improve that there is a better way, we look at our processes and we try to improve them to be able to come out with better products, faster service, so that we can deliver the best product to our customers all the time. And even if they're already good, we ask ourselves, how can we improve? How can we do this better? Number 8, quality. Nowadays, it is very important that a business focus on quality. To have the standards, to have the consistency, reliability, dependability, we should focus on making sure we serve quality food and quality service. We have to also check that these quality standards are being implemented by putting controls into our systems, because if we don't, those standards will remain just standards and they will not be implemented. Very critical to a business is to have those controls. Number 9, innovation. Critical to all businesses, and most important, critical to the times now. The image you see on the screen is our new online portal where our snacks are being sold because everyone had to close during the ECQ. If you know Taters, the cinemas are not open. And most of our stores, there are no people, even if we try to open the stores. So we really needed to innovate our selling strategies by putting up a website and sell our products online. So innovation is what makes you ahead of your competitor. Never stay complacent just because you are ahead of them. Always have new things to think about, new products. As I said, because of this pandemic, we had to innovate our products, we had to innovate our selling strategies, we had to adapt to the new normal on how to still be able to survive. So innovation, whether or not you're in the pandemic, you should be able to have that as one of your key drivers. Number 10, creativity. Get creative. Customers nowadays are very demanding. You have to be able to excite them all the time with different promotions, different freebies, new things, new items. So the only way to be able to compete also is being able to have different strategies and tactics to excite the customers. Number 11, people. Develop your workforce. There will be no business without our people. They are key to making things happen. And if people are trained properly, then they work well. If your people are happy, then they serve the customer well. In Taters, we focus on a lot of training, from orientation to management training to quality trainings to system trainings. We develop our workforce in such a way that they become better people, not just skilled in their work, but better citizens to serve the communities, and we make learning a lot of fun for them. Number 12, value your suppliers. In any business, you have many suppliers. Not just suppliers, you have service providers. Without them, there will be, you will have no stocks to sell. There are so many things that you need from them. And if they do not perform, your business will not perform. So in Taters, we train also our suppliers. We share with them different technical knowledge. We share with them our plans. We train them on quality, and we measure their performance. Every year, we have an annual suppliers award where we recognize the best performers among our suppliers. This is true partnership. Number 13, plan. You cannot run a business without a plan, because your plan is your roadmap. You need to set and implement goals, both long-term and short-term. This is important for everybody. Even as students, you should already have a plan, at least a short-term plan on yourself, and set some goals. And when you have the plan in place, you should be able to share them and deploy them. Number 14, you lead with passion and work as a team. A leader is a passionate leader so that the team can get motivated. A plan works only if it works with the team. And especially during this time, it's very important that we lead with passion, because it's a very difficult time now where everyone has to sacrifice, getting pay cuts. Sometimes others have lost their job, and whatever remaining operation one has, we need to work strongly as a team. Number 15, manage your resources. This is one of the most critical areas of business that could save a business. Nowadays, with hardly any sales, if we do not manage our cash flow, whatever savings we have had will just be gone, and the company will become bankrupt. A lot of good businesses have also failed because owners have used up earnings in their own personal caprichos. They bought new cars, new gadgets every time they earn. Management of resources is very, very important so that we can budget the needs of the company. Number 16, problem solving. One of the things that we teach our managers is problem solving. The reason why we do that is because in order to effectively solve problems, you need to be able to define the problem, analyze the causes in order to get the root cause, and at the same time apply the best solution. Only then can problems be solved. And if you know the root cause, then you can prevent the recurrences. Every day there will be problems. There is no business without problems. However, if you can do both corrective and preventive solutions, then that should be your goal. So one of the skills you should also develop in school is probably problem solving. Number 17, manage with data. What do we mean by data? Data can be numbers, it can be information, it can be anything that you have in business. For example, we have data on customer complaints. If we do not look at that data and analyze that data, then we cannot take action. So this is very critical to any business. When we use data and information to make decisions, most of the time, decisions are made without even checking on data. So make sure that you have data, not just financial data, customer data, your operations data, whether you are able to serve products properly, and of course our people data, so that we can proceed and take action on those that we need to decide on. Number 18, core values. Your core values in life and in work will guide you through to be a successful person. In Taters, we are guided by our core values: honesty, responsibility, ownership, integrity, respect for one another, and being able to put the customer first. When things get rough, it is those core values that take over our lives. When we need to make decisions, those values are the ones that will help us make decisions. Think of the values as early as now. In school, how do you live your life? What are the core values that you believe in, so that you can be guided by this in every decision? And of course, the last, number 19. A business does not become successful by just looking at money, by just making sure you have profits. We live in a society where we work with one another and the communities around us. We have to be able to look beyond our earnings. We have to learn to truly care of the environment, of the people around us, the communities where we live and work, because in honesty, we cannot survive alone. We need to be able to reach to others, contribute what we can. That is a true successful entrepreneur. That is the last 19th prescription for business success. I hope you people We'll remember COVID-19 with a different twist. As I said earlier, make sure you have your vision. Consider your interests in thinking of your future career. And whatever you do, whether it still be school or career, be determined. Work hard. And of course, our 19 prescriptions for business success, which starts with having the best opportunity by doing market research and then going through each area from managing resources to people to operations, perfecting and improving our processes, and of course, to be able to truly care about our world. And as Mahatma Gandhi says, we should be what we want to see in the world. So today, I hope I've been able to impart whatever experience and knowledge, and I open myself to questions. But before I do that, let me share one last video.
Time just seems to have come to a standstill. You catch up on Hollywood movies you weren't able to see on the big screen. But what we're all experiencing right now isn't a box office hit. It's reality. And even though we may not be able to fast forward and skip this episode in life, we promise to munch, pop, and crunch with you. Hang in there. You got this.
Stay safe, everybody.
Thank you so much for that very inspiring lecture. And now we would like to invite everyone to ask questions to our speaker. So for our first question, the COVID-19 pandemic has been a great challenge to many businesses in the world today. Some are able to survive by employing innovations in their business processes, such as shifting to online platforms, while some had to temporarily or permanently stop operations. As an established business institution, what advice can Taters give to those small businesses hardly hit by this pandemic?
Okay, the first thing that businesses have to really check is your cash flow. You have to be able to try and continue the business, but you can't do that without money. So the first thing you have to do is see what are the things that you can, what are the expenses you can stop. You have to be able to reduce your overhead expenses drastically so that you can still continue business. Like in our case, we work with a skeletal force in the office. We had to stop advertising with consultants. We had to stop some of the services of external people, and we also limited our operation from 60 stores. We only operate 20 outlets right now, those that we believe can still survive. So we work one shift, we do rotational for people. You will have to be able to manage your cash in such a way that your product or service will still be available to the market. And at the same time, you don't exhaust for you to become bankrupt. So I believe that's the first thing that really has to be done. But don't consider closing, because it's a pity if you won't be present in the market. So I would like entrepreneurs, especially MSMEs, to try and try to operate, because your customers will still look for you.
I see. Thank you very much for that. For the second question, how did Taters cope with the pandemic, given the operations were largely dependent on foot traffic?
Oh yeah, that really made me crazy, because 90% of our stores are in the cinemas. And can you imagine, even if the cinemas open, who's going to watch movies? Because everyone's scared. You know? We had to do 3 strategies. The first is to change our selling strategies. From Taters being the movie snack, we now are the home entertainment snack. We made ourselves present in all delivery channels. We made ourselves present through our own Facebook, through our own website, to make ourselves the snack for the Netflix market. So we discovered, actually, when after the ECQ, well, during the ECQ, that customers were looking for us because they're doing movie marathons. So to make ourselves present during that time was meant changing our selling tactics. The second is we adapted to where the customers are. Definitely, they're not in the top floor of the malls where the movies are. They're all in the supermarket, in the drugstore, in the ground floor of the malls. And most of the malls that are well populated are the community malls. So we asked the malls to give us a satellite cart at the ground floor, preferably nearest to the supermarket or at least the entrance, so we can at least display popcorn, if not all of our products, at least a display cart where we can market and advertise our product. We still open the store upstairs as the kitchen, as the production kitchen, and since we're open for delivery, for those who order other products, it comes from the main store. But our selling store is really the ground floor satellites. And at the same time, we also try to make ourselves available in communities by doing community runs. I think you're very much aware that we have so many community marketplaces nowadays. If I open Viber, in every village there's a marketplace, so we try to make ourselves available also in those community marketplaces. And of course, I showed you earlier in the slide on innovation, I showed you our new online snack portal, the Taters Snack Shop, which is now our website for ordering our snacks. We started selling also frozen products, the ready-to-cook, and the DIY kits, the do-it-yourself popcorn or do-it-yourself fries, so that the people at home can sell it. And we just launched last week our reseller program. So if anyone wants to be a reseller, just go to our website.
We really need to be innovative during these trying times.
Yes.
Yes. For our third question, what would you tell a Tamara student who aims to be someone like you in the future?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? What do I tell who?
What would you tell a Tamara student who aims to be someone like you in the future?
Okay. To be an entrepreneur is not easy. Okay. You have to be able to work hard, very hard actually. When I started, I was practically doing everything. You know? And it's your passion, your values, and your foundation for learning your skills that will take you through. It came to a point when Taters got quite big that I didn't anymore know what to do. And I studied again. That's why I went to AIM. You mentioned earlier that I took my master's in entrepreneurship because it came to a point when I said, how am I going to manage this? This is getting bigger. I really didn't know what to do anymore. So I studied again. You see, learning is nonstop. Taters is also one of those few companies who've actually been awarded the Philippine Quality Challenge Award. We have tried to study nonstop TQM, Total Quality Management, putting it into our systems. So my advice is first think of what you really want to do in business, whether it be food, non-food, whatever. Put it down, put the pros and cons, and then be willing to work hard and be willing to learn every day. Because if you think it's going to be easy, it's not going to be easy.
I see. That is very insightful indeed. So for our last question, having owned Shimara, how can you continue being a social entrepreneur in these times?
Okay, you mentioned it's actually Kaimara. It is not Chimara.
Sorry.
And I did not mention it in my presentation because I focus on Taters. Let me tell you the story of Kaimara. Kaimara started when my son was in school and he was very radical. He wanted to change the world. And I told him, you can only change the world by doing something about it. I said, we are in the food business. So if you want to change the world, why don't you put up something that can change the world? So Kaimara was born. At that time, my daughter, who was in high school, came home and said, hey, Ma, I'm a vegetarian starting today. I said, really? So that gave me an idea to put up a vegetarian store where we are focusing and supporting farmers who grow organic products. We are focusing on health. And at the same time, 1% of Kaimara's gross sales are donated to Centex, which is a school for bright underprivileged children. So I used Kaimara as an example to my son that you can change the world even as in any business. In fact, Kaimara means impossible dream. Kaimara is trying to make something impossible possible. So that is actually the story of Kaimara. Now, in Taters, even without that dramatic story of Kaimara, we also have a lot of social projects that help scholars. We focus on children. We focus on educating children. In fact, we have children who come to the office for lectures, for learnings. We have scholars, and at the same time, we open our office for OJTs, for those who want to learn. So we really focus on the education of children.
I see. Thank you so much for inspiring every one of us. So everyone, we sincerely appreciate your active participation. You have been a part of an FE milestone, and we hope that our subsequent programs would have the same success as this. Thank you so much, Ms. Anna. Your stories are very much needed in this time to remind us that hard work always pays off no matter what. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Bye and stay safe, everyone. Thank you.